Hello, my name is Voya and welcome to My Deep Guide. Today I want to talk about a new piece of technology, or more importantly, a new product that's been announced for around, I think, April 2021. And that is coming from a company called TCL. Now, TCL are known for making their own display panels and mostly focusing on television sets and things like that. However, they do make their own phones and tablets. Now, in September 2020, TCL announced a new bit of technology, which is called the NXTPaper. They've recently announced their first tablet that is actually going to use their own NXTPaper display. And I find that quite interesting and important. And here's why. Let's talk a little bit about what I know so far regarding the NXTPaper technology. So the NXTPaper is not an e-ink display. They're using their own custom technology. They're going for that keyword paper, right? It's right there in the name, NXTPaper. It's a non-lit color display. It displays in full speed range, so it's not a slow refresh rate like an e-ink. Yet, because it's using their proprietary technology, which is basically a reflective type of a panel, which means that it's capturing the light around it and using that captured ambient light to bounce inside to light itself up with the natural light. That means that it should offer paper-like viewing experience, unlike all the other LCD and OLED and backlit or frontlit displays. It's a very, very interesting bit of technology that fits like a glove between we have traditional LCD OLED screens, then we have an e-ink, which is on the other side. They don't really have too much connecting them together. Now you have this NXTPaper technology kind of slotting in between these two. So what is the result of the panel being able to capture the ambient light and reflect it inside to kind of light itself up? NXTPaper should offer around 25% more contrast than a comparable e-ink display, which is really, really good. But when you compare it to a traditional LCD display, it's like dramatically less power consumption, something like 65% less power consumption. So it's kind of taking the best of the both worlds, as far as I'm concerned, at least on paper, and how it sounds, if it does work properly. And if they make the technology actually available for others, that could be a very, very interesting thing to see. So something that I'm quite excited about. The design itself looks okay. It's a tablet, and it's an Android 10 power tablet. That's the weird one. It's not Android 11. So it's a brand new product in 2021, and it's not launching with an Android 11. That's a bit of a It has an octa-core CPU at 2 GHz, comes with 4 GB of RAM, 64 GB of ROM, expandable with a SD card to up to 256 GB. Actually, it's IP52 water splashes and dust resistant. So that's a kind of cool thing, that if something spills on it, it is gonna be able to take it. 5,500 milliamp battery that is supposed to have standby time of 400 hours, and that's a little bit under 20 days, so around 2 weeks of standby time, and charging time is 4 hours. Now, they don't say what's the active use, because obviously it will depend on what you use. And basically it's like, are you using cameras, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, because this is a normal tablet, so it has front-facing camera, it has a back-facing camera, and the camera is fully equipped, so it has HDR capability as well. So all of the bells and whistles that you would expect from a modern Android tablet, albeit not Android 11 tablet. Now, the screen itself is 8.88 inch size, so not the usual standard size, and it's going to be interesting to see how does it fit, because it's kind of in between the 10.3 standard and the 7.8 standard that we're used to. So that could be an interesting thing to see. The resolution is 1440 by 1080, which amounts to around 202 ppi. So it's pixel density that you could expect from the 13.3 e-ink devices. So perfectly fine. It's not going to be super dense or anything like that, but I think it's more than adequate. Another interesting thing is that since it's not backlit, it ships with a dedicated lamp that is supposed to kind of plug into the USB of the device itself, as far as I understand it. So it sounds like you are fully equipped to kind of use it under any conditions. but in a healthy way. Now we'll see how much battery consumption does it involve, that using that lamp, how it's designed, how it works. Those are the things that hopefully we will be able to see once I'm able to actually get the device. NXTPaper Mid, I believe it's called NXTPaper Mid, the tablet. I'm not entirely sure, but let's say that NXTPaper ships with a dedicated pen, which is called the T pen. And the only image that I have is from their website, which is showing a kid's arm drawing or doodling some kid's drawings on the tablet itself. The pen itself looks unimpressive, but okay. But then again, that's just a 3D rendering, so who knows? It could be plastic, it could be metal, it could be whatever. So we gotta see what kind of a pen it is. Really, there's no details here, but it does say that it will support note-taking, sketching, and highlighting. That's the whole package of the TCL NXTPaper and what we know so far. I try to kind of scour the internet and see things, and there's like conflicting info because most of them actually say like no front light, and it took me a while to understand it because there's quite a lot of images on their website of showing tablets that glow light. But yeah, in the context, it's kind of unclear whether or not that was their own tablet glowing at people, or was that the thing that they're trying to avoid. There are two obvious things that I am kind of wondering about, and I can't find any info. First one is, what kind of surface do we have on top of the screen? Is it standard glass? Is it matte glass? Is it reflective glass, or is it plastic? Is it papery or not? So if you are going for a paper-like display that displays like a paper, I think then it wouldn't make too much sense to have a super highly reflective surface on top. Hopefully that's something that they will avoid, and hopefully we will be able to actually have some kind of a papery kind of structure on top that's not too glary or anything like that, because yeah, that doesn't pair well with unlit technology. Number one thing that I'm interested, of course, is to see how the screen works. But number two thing that really interests me is exactly that surface of the screen, how it's done. And the third thing that really interests me is how does the pen work and what is the compatibility with other pens. So for example, if I don't like this pen, can I use the Samsung S Tab pen? Because if I can, that would be very cool. And here's the kicker as far as I'm concerned. The price is supposed to be 349 euros in EU. And that makes it incredibly competitive and I believe a very important product in the scope of e-readers, e-ink people and all together. So for the first time we have a technology and a product that promises to be the bridge between the traditional tablet and e-ink tablet and kind of get the best of both worlds and put it inside. Now, the firsts are always going to be the firsts, right? So it is going to be interesting to see what did they get right, what needs to be improved, or where they are at the moment. But either way, I'm incredibly excited about the TCL's NXTPaper tablet. Let me know what you guys think and how does this kind of thing and technology resonate with you? Is it something that would actually work for your workflow? Does it interest you or not, etc, etc. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye.